Welcome. How are you doing? If you're from the southern part of Nigeria, particularly from the southeast of Nigeria, Anambra State, or Biafra land in general, you must have heard about the burial that shut down OBA in Anambra State, and is the burial of the mother of OBI CUBANA. He is a CEO of CUBANA Groups. He's a young man and he has a friend called CUBANA Priest. He actually made popular OBI CUBANA. He's someone who wants to be 24 hours on Instagram with pictures and videos. Now, that is not what I want to go into. We saw the burial, and the question is this: where did it all go wrong? Or is everything right? Well, every other thing that came in there, gift and, celebrities, friends, and all of that, it's all good. That is what it's supposed to be. But there is something that struck me. Mazen Abdekano is in detention, he is in the custody of the DSS, and aside the self-determination, there is also something that birthed the Eastern Security Network, the menace of certain aliens, certain people called Fulani herdsmen who have been invading. And it's so shocking that about 373 or thereabout cows were delivered for this burial. I understand that it's part of the culture in the south of Nigeria. When people die, cows are brought, beef, a lot of things happen. Now the question is this: are you not paying your executioner? Are you not the one sponsoring your executioner? We all complain, Fulani herdsmen, they bring in the cows, they rape, they do this under the cover of herdsmen and all of that. You are the one feeding. That's it. You are feeding the beef. You are the one feeding from the beef. When you get the cows, you pay them the cash, you feed, they buy weapons, they do a lot of things. And a lot of people have been kind of saying negative things. Oh, why are you talking about this? Why don't you just celebrate? Because I understand how things are. People only celebrate cash. They don't care where you get it from. If you kill your mother, it's not their business. If you give your cash, it's all about money, money, money. But there is something that we need to be conscious about. We need to look at these things. You don't complain of the effect, the resultant effect of things without looking at what is the cause of all of this. Now, I'm not trying to say that we shouldn't feed on beef, but I saw young people, money being sprayed in that particular place. Everyone trying to show off, I have money to spend. But what about someone coming up with a business idea, such as ranching, and employing some of those young men in those towns, in those villages, like Oba, to do this business? A lot of celebrities turned down, money was thrown at each other, everyone trying to show it themselves that we have the money, I can spend this and that, and I laughed. That is what separates certain people in the West as a result of their continuous, they've inculcated certain culture into themselves as regards some things. But in Africa, we do our things different, in Nigeria particularly. But I thought of it. What about investing in this? With so much money that I saw being sprayed, I'm not just focusing on OBI CUBANA's burial, but any other of this in the south of Nigeria. Why don't we begin to have ranches so that these herdsmen and all of these atrocities being committed will be put to an end? There is something called demand and supply. If there is no demand for it, there will be no need for supply. There will be no need of herdsmen in your farms and all of that. Look at the farms in the south of Nigeria. They are totally gone. Why? Because people cannot go to their farms anymore. So what are we talking about? We should begin to ask ourselves questions. We should begin to look inwards. We should begin to ask the right questions. We should begin to think better than what we often think. It's like sometimes people suspend their brains. They just want to act. They just want to show themselves. Many people out there, you see them saying, I'm a Biafran. They put on this and all of that without understanding all of the complexities around it. You go to the south of Nigeria, the same thing. We have to buy the cow. We have to do this and all of that. I am saying it for real. Let this be an eye-opener. It is better that the south of Nigeria begin this ranching ourselves. let this ranching begin in the south of Nigeria. Let it start in a small scale. Let it go into a large scale. There are a lot of people who can invest in this. It's the same thing, the same business that the people in the north are involved in, causing atrocities. Now, I'm not trying to tell you now that when the southern people begin this business, the same menace begins. People beginning to take cows to other people's farms and all of that. No, 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 no. This is something that can be done also with proper laws backing it up. You don't take your cows to other people's farm, invasion of other people's farm in any part of the south of Nigeria. So, well, I don't know what your thoughts are as regards this one. It just popped up in my mind, not because I'm trying to, make you feel uncomfortable or make you feel unhappy, but the truth has to be said. We have to look at things more squarely. Things are happening. More dangerous things are coming up. Look at what happened. Look at what happened to Sunday Igboho, who went after Fulani herdsmen. You think the reason why they invaded his house is because he's shouting and screaming for liberation of Yoruba and having a country of their own? No, that is not the reason why. The reason why they went after Sunday Igboho is because Buhari is a cattle man, is a herdsman, is a Fulani man, and Sunday Igboho chasing off these terrorist vampires, all from Ibarapa and other parts, was something that really touched the core of Buhari. Nnamdi Kanu talking about cessation, talking about breakaway and all of that. Yes, Buhari talked about it. He said, oh, that small boy that was born, that was not even there when the war was happening, like he doesn't even know what was going on. We were there, we lost lives, we did this, limbs were lost, terrible things happened, and he's trying to raise up war again. How is that so? No, it wasn't really more about that. What disturbed Buhari is Nnamdi Kanu speaking about his tribe and going after herdsmen. That is it. That is the core of it. That is what worried him even more than any other thing. And he looked at it together and said, all right, let us join all this together. Till date, Sunday Adeyemo Igboho is in hiding somewhere, keeping himself, because he knows that he's surrounded by saboteurs, surrounded by people who come up to inform the government about his whereabouts. So, the question is this: are we supposed to feed our oppressors? That is it. Are we supposed to feed our oppressors? Are we supposed to give them cash? Are we supposed to enable them to make more money to oppressors? And yet you cry and scream that they're taking over this, they're taking over that. Why would they take over? If you are giving them money, you tell them, look, I cannot do away without your cow. I cannot do away without your beef. That is what it is. So guys, what's your opinion about this one? Let us talk about it. Drop your comment in the section below.